All right, Shalom, Makiam. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rekha, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that's teaching His word in all true faith and sincerity. It's like it. And today I just want to tie this lesson, the end of pride, that we're witnessing. The end of these proud people, man. You know, what contributes to it is the things that's presented here in this place, America. But suddenly, these things are gonna disappear. Suddenly, it's not gonna be an NBA game to come on tonight. Suddenly, the power will go out. Suddenly, there will be no more grocery stores. Then what these people gonna do? That's when reality gonna set in for a lot. You know? So when I got this article and it reads, I ain't even got no water. Woman makes video showing off empty refrigerator after food stamp office says she doesn't qualify. And that's really how Basham shine. Cutting off the state of bread and water. Because as you can see, so-called black women, relies on Esau. So-called, black women, boast and how she don't need no man. Why? Because Esau is taking care of these things. Food stamps, for an example, that's associated with our people, especially the so-called black woman. Food stamps and Section 8. There's only one face you can put on that when you hear these sayings, concerning government assistance. But as you can see, suddenly the food is not there. And her refrigerator product packed with, all types of chips and processed foods and bologna and shit. It says, in the midst of inflation, it can be difficult to make ends meet, especially for low-income households. And that's another word for saying Jake. When you hear low-income households, that's concerning you Negro, Latinos, and natives, man. That's another way of saying the Israelites in these times. Because that, in a sense, is a byword proverb, It says, a woman unveiled her refrigerator after she stopped receiving food stamps because she no longer qualified. See? It said the video featured TikTok user Cam Tunchi. The food stamp office is going to tell me what I qualify for, she told her 5.6 million followers. Y'all ain't been to my damn house and seen my refrigerator. And that's all we got to get, man. And she's not the only one that's being affected by it. I believe, let's see, I forgot they had like a date on here. But at the end of the day, this is the end of pride. Pride is being cut off. Because that in itself, she got all these followers and shit. And then, like I said, she just one of many. But the Lord set up where you have some to actually put it out there to show you that a prophecy is holding fast, man, to the planet Earth. This not just a one-off thing. You might hear about something and you go into the scriptures and it will never happen again. No, prophecy is happening, man. It's actually growing. This 2 Ezra 8:50, it says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world. See? So as you can see, these great miseries will set to come in the latter time. As we know, that's the time of Esau. 2 Ezra, the 6th chapter tells you that Esau is the end of the world. But it said that misery is going to be to those that dwell in the world. Those that hold fast to this man and his system. That's why the scripture talk about how the strength of Pharaoh is going to be your shame. Your covenant with death. Your covenant with death and hell is going to be discontinued pretty much. And that was an example of it. Like I said, ain't no telling before she had them, the food stuffs were cut out. Ain't no telling how the refrigerator looked. Cereal, all types of abominable things. And most likely she have children, which is that means there's more processed stuff that was in that refrigerator. But now it's empty. It's empty, man. And that's the case for a lot of people, man. It says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. See, and we in a time pride is at its height. Even that, in a sense, was proud. You put your business out there that your fridge empty. Cause best believe somebody probably cash out you. But that spirit of pride goes back to the powers that be, and they have trickled down to these common folk, man. Just the average American is proud. But it said the miseries is going to combat that. And one of those things the Lord is going to use is the lack of bread and water. Because guess what? It's going to be so many days after the refrigerator is being empty. She ain't going to be putting on TikToks up. Motherfucker going to be, the only goal is going to be how she going to eat. And that thought is going to intensify as we get closer and closer to that perfect day. I'm going to get some real quick concerning how the Lord will combat pride. This is Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 3. It reads, and he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger. See, so as you can see concerning that pride, the Lord humbled thee by suffering thee to hunger. And guess what? That famine is going to be a great famine to befall America, man. And that was an example. Those benefits, she wasn't qualified to eat no more. So this is how the Lord's going to combat the pride of these people, by the anguish, the stress, the worries. You can't be proud then. When you hungry. When you can't even play it off when you're hungry. Just say somebody offers you something, you was too proud to accept it. Your stomach gonna tell the truth. Your stomach gonna growl, man. So it says, and he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger, and fed thee with manna, which thou knowest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee know that man doth not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Lord doth man live. And that's why we're satisfied with the words of Yahweh Shema Shai that coming to pass, man. See, these things, we actually are anticipating these troubles to come. That's the bread that fills us up, coming to the goodness of the house of the Lord, man. Talking about being satisfied with the goodness. That's this word, man. But everyone else is going to experience this great humbling, man, by the way of these plagues. So let's get something else. This is the book of Baruch, chapter. It might be 4, Salakia. The book of Baruch, chapter 4. And I just started 32. Yep, I started 32. It says, miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons. And what is that talking about? That's concerning America. Going back to those miseries, those great miseries. See, it's only going to increase because, her fridge empty. The next step is these grocery stores. And as you can see, even all the way to the point of these processing plants being burned down. The miseries are here, and it's only going to increase, man. It says, for as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad at thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. See? And that's what we're seeing this process take place. And even you go into these different clips of TikTok, and there's more complaining now. Yeah, you got trends and shit, but now the new trend is to complain on how much hell you catching, on how much you can't keep up with your bills, or this and that. It's only going to get worse for these people, man. It says, for fire shall, and this is the climax, for fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. That show that's talking about America. We can actually read that in a plethora of scriptures. Isaiah 34, that which also puts Edom on the scene. Isaiah 34, you can read also Revelation the 18th chapter, Jeremiah I think it's 50 or 51. But that's the climax. That's gonna be the climax of those miseries when that fire comes, man. So matter of fact, I'm gonna end off on this, the book of Revelation, chapter 18, and verse 7. It reads, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. And yeah, this concerning these people from living this lifestyle here in America. From something as subtle as turn on a faucet and water come out. A lot of people haven't experienced that in this world. Where you got water just come out of the faucet. You never heard of it. You never even experienced of drawing water before, flushing your toilet. All the way to government assistance, and motherfucker could be 600 pounds and still get paid a month. Like a disability check for being a fat ass. And it went like you made yourself big, but somehow you getting paid still though. You get maintained every month through that check because of that horrible lifestyle. But ultimately, these people are living in comfort. It's not a sense of urgency that comes with them. It says so much torment and sorrow give her. So yeah, that's going to be flipped. It's going to be traded in with torment and sorrow. So from something that's having literally everything at the tip of your finger. That's a literal saying. Just download an app. And literally it'll be at the tip of your finger. It'll be at your door. To suddenly nothing. You don't have nothing now. From Grubhub, you having food being dropped off to your house. Drinks and shit. So it's nothing there. You used to having your house, 73 degrees year round. To suddenly no power at all, man. See, that's what's coming on America. It's already here. It's only going to increase. It says, for she said in her heart, I said a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow. And that's the pride. That's proud as hell. And that's the thoughts of these devils. But it have trickled down to the people. It talks about as the ruler of the city, so are the people. So that pride is oozing off on these people as well. And even she did a TikTok on how her refrigerator empty. That's still fucking proud, man. Wait till them down. You really can't get no food. When all hell break loose, when those answers that you think you have is gonna go out the door, man. It says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day. And this is how the Lord is going to combat that pride. This is the medicine for pride, them plagues. It says death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord power who judges her. And that's the icing on the cake, that fire. But as you can see, one of those things is the famine, man. That's one of those plagues that's talks about that it's better to die by the sword than by the famine. So that shows that's different levels of deaths, man. And that famine is that's a high level. That's one of them levels of deaths you don't want to have, man. Talk about for these pine away, stricken for the want or the fruits of the field. It's mental as well. You still had a taste for your favorite meal, but you can't get it. So how much more these niggas that constantly eating chips and McDonald's and all, they have these this horrible diet, and they got to keep feeding their body with the same shit, and it's cold turkey, man. That thing, it's gonna be human, and niggas gonna be alright with it, cause that's what they eat now. But the point is, we at the end of pride, and we seeing that process taking place. So yeah, I just hold it with edifying. I like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Racha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. That's teaching His word on true faith and sincerity. DTA, Abba Soon, very soon.